April spiral 6. Before we do that, we're going to look at spiral 5. Here are answers. I made some mistakes, so let's just take a look here. Okay, so there's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, number 4 is going to, we're just going to have to go over that together. Of course, everyone's going to be different. Here is number 5. Okay, that's really not number 4. It's number 5. Number 6 should be smiley on the bottom and unhappy face on the top. And then here's number 7 and number 8. Number 8 is AD, perfectly fine if you picked C. C was, you had to really think about that one. It certainly can work. And so if you did A, C, and D, you got it. But if you did A and D, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so we are going to subtract, which is 7. Okay, 2 minus 9 I can't do, so I'm going to take 1 away from here. 12 minus 9 is 3. 8 minus 9 I cannot do, so I'm going to take 1 away from here and make this 18 minus 9, which is 9, and 3 minus 1, which is 2. Okay, 2,937. Okay, we have 60 Pez dispensers. We want to divide them evenly, means 12 on each shelf. So you're going to have 12 here, 12 here, 12 here, 12 here, 12 here, and 12 times 5 is equals to our 60. Okay, this number can be anything between, the smallest number would be 6,150, and the largest number would be 6,249. If it's anything between those two, it's fine. Okay, this just needs to say that you had 20 something and you wanted to divide those 20 things into 5 equal groups. How many are in each group? Okay. This one is, they're both gonna have a denominator of 6. This is 2 6 and 4 6. And if you were to, they want to know the distance between, you can count and go, that's 1 6 2 6, or you can always do subtraction. Okay, and your answer is 2 6. This is times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6. There isn't anything that you can multiply times 3. 3 times nothing is 4, and 4 times nothing is 5. And then here this would be 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. You could just add 12 6 times. You could certainly do 6 groups of 12. Or this, the higher level thinking here was 6 groups of 12. You could split 12 into 6 and 6. So it could be 6 times 6 plus 6 times 6. But I would not have expected you to get C. Okay, so because you, when looking at this, why would you multiply times 6? You're basically cutting all of these in half and then having to double it. So great if you got A, C, and D. If you got A and C, you're golden. I'm sorry, A and D. Okay? All right, spiral 6. Angela had $5,922 in her savings account. She spent $3,898 on a car. About how much money did she have left? Okay, so you can either add, subtract, multiply, or divide, right? Do you have equal groups? No. You started with 5,922. You spent that much. There's nothing equal about it. So it is not multiplication and division. Okay, so you can either add or subtract. So if she had a certain amount and she spent a certain amount, should she have more money or should she have less money? Okay, and that's what you figure out. And then do it and figure out how much money is left. Paul is 12 years old. His grandma is 6 times as old. How old is Paul's grandma? Well, you have to go 12 and you have to figure out what is 6 times as big as 12. Karina wrote 6,745 in expanded form. So she wrote 6,475. Okay, explain why. Explain how she can fix her mistake. So what you can do is just, they didn't give you a whole lot of room. There's 2 numbers that are wrong, so you could even just write it in expanded form, and that would do, or you could explain what 2 numbers need to change and why. What division equation is shown below? Okay, it's some number divided into some, so some number total, your total number, remember division and subtraction, your biggest number, your total number that you have all together goes here, divided into how many groups equals how many in each group. Draw and shade 5/8 and 3/4 below. Okay, so this one they want to be 3/4. So we have to just shade this into, or break this up into 4 equal parts and shade 3 of them, right? We want this one to be 3/4. And this one has to be 5/8. So this one, I'm gonna let you do that. You need to divide this into 8 equal parts and shade 5 of them. And then they wanna know, are these fractions equivalent? Is 5/8 the same as 3/4, okay? So when you divide this into 8s, you want to do it the same way with lines like that. And then you want to start shading both of them from over here. So you can see where 5/8 ends and you can see where 3/4 ends and you can see, do they end at the same exact spot? Okay? Which of these number sentences is not true? Okay, so we got 7/7 equals 1 whole. 3/5 is equal to 4/10. Okay, we need to look at this and say, can we multiply a number times whatever we multiply times this number to equal this number? Can we multiply this times the same number to equal that? Okay, 5/10 is equal to 1/2. Again, is there some number you can multiply by the smaller number to get to this bigger number and then multiply this by the same number to get to that? And then 1/6 is equal to 6/12. Is there some number you can multiply by this to equal this, and you'd have to multiply this by the same number to equal that? Okay? Only one of them is not correct. 3 of them are right, 1 is not. Name 5 things that are approximately 1 foot long. Think of your ruler. I don't have a ruler at home. I know you don't either, but a ruler is about as long as this piece of paper. Okay? This is 11 inches. A ruler is 12 inches, so a little bit longer than this paper. So name 5 things around your house that are about as long as this paper. And it's approximately. So just a teeny bit bigger than the paper or about as big as the paper. Okay. I would say that this book is not, because it only goes to there and we still have all of this plus another inch over here. So I would say this is not about 1 foot long. Okay. All right. The Saints scored 13 two-point shots during the basketball game. They also scored 12 three-point shots. Okay, so we got to do Saints and Rams. I think it's hilarious that they are using football teams and basketball scorings, but that's okay. Okay, so the Saints scored 13 two-point shots, right? So 13 times 2 points. Plus, they also scored 12 three-point shots. Does that make sense? Okay, you're going to figure these out first and add them together. And then the Rams scored 21 two-point shots, as well as 9 three-point shots. Okay, now 21 times 2 and 13 times 2. You remember how you can do that? You multiply first times the 1, then times the 10s. Okay, or you could do 21 plus 21. And same with over here. First times the 1s, put that answer there, and then times the 10 and put that answer there. Or you can do 13 plus 13. Okay, so we want to know which team won the game, so your answer of what team should be over there. Good job.